Hey everyone, Michael O'Brien here, and in today's video we are going to learn how to become a member at the world famous Magic Castle in Los Angeles. Hello my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Advice for Magicians, where my job is to make you the best possible entertainers that you can be. Now in today's video I wanted to talk about the different ways that you guys can become a member at the famous Magic Club at the Magic Castle in Los Angeles. Before we dive into any of that stuff, I do have a few disclaimers to get out of the way. First one, I do not speak on behalf of the AMA, the Academy of Magical Arts, or the Magic Castle at all. This is completely independent of anything that they got going on. So if for some reason I get something wrong in this video, or I misspeak, or something crazy happens, you guys can come and you can blame me. The AMA and the Magic Castle have nothing to do with it. This video was not sponsored by them. I was not asked to make this video by them. This video is just me deciding to make this video because honestly, a lot of people have been asking, how do I become a member, right? So in this video, we're gonna discuss that. The other thing that I wanted to say too is that the things that I'm gonna say in this video are not, if you follow my step-by-step, I am not guaranteeing you 100% that you will become a magician. Also, things may change from the time that I put this video out, right? So if you're watching this video 6 months, a year, 5 years from now, you might be like, I followed Michael O'Brien's instructions step-by-step, and then I got to my audition, and nothing that Michael said was true because it was completely different, right? You need to make sure to do your due diligence, make sure to do your homework, make sure that when you have your auditions scheduled that you ask them specifically what the requirements are and all of that stuff, because the stuff is subject to change. I'm only human. I can only report on the things that I see right here and now. I cannot tell you what the future will hold. I might be a mind reader and I might be a magician, but I am not a time traveler. So, or I'm not, what's the word where you can see into the future, right? Omnipotent, whatever the word is. I can't do that. So there's your disclaimers there. And then last but not least, I want to get the business stuff out of the way. If you have not already done so, please click the subscribe button. I'm talking to you. I know you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed yet. A lot of people watch my videos, but they're not actually subscribed to my channel. So stop what you're doing. If you're driving, pull over to the side of the road, click the subscribe button, and subscribe to my channel, because I think I have a lot of really fun content that you guys will enjoy. If you want to support the channel even further, you're also welcome to click that join button. You can become a member. You can unlock some bonus perks. You can get early access to videos. You can unlock magic tutorials. You can even get one-on-one access to me where you guys can pick my brain about anything. I also have the O'Brien Magic Family Meetings, the first Saturday of every single month. I really want to see more people in these meetings. If I can get at least 10 people in the meeting, I will be doing a giveaway. So if you're in the meeting and you're participating in the comment section and asking questions and all of that stuff, if there are at least 10 people in that meeting, I will be doing a giveaway where you guys can win some fabulous prizes, right? And last but not least, please go ahead and visit my website. Go to o'brienmagic.com. Check out my online magic shop. I got a lot of really cool stuff there for you guys as well that you might enjoy. Some really cool magic products that you can add into your material, your repertoire, if you will. If you guys enjoy any of those things, please have a look. Okay, you guys ready to learn about the Magic Castle? I'm ready to learn about the Magic Castle. We're like 4 minutes into this how to become a Magic Castle member video, and we haven't even started talking about that yet. So I am going to shut up now. Well, not really, I'm going to keep talking, but with substance. Sorry, I'm on caffeine right now. It's been a long day. Anyway, so how to become a member at the Magic Castle. Now, the first thing that I want to point out is you do not become a member at the Magic Castle. The Magic Castle is actually the clubhouse. What you become a member of is the Academy of Magical Arts, otherwise known as the AMA. You become a member of the Academy of Magical Arts, which gets you access to an exclusive clubhouse I should say, called the Magic Castle. And it sits right there at the little top of the hill right off of Franklin and Orange. And it's a beautiful place. If you've never been, I highly recommend that you go. Here's the issue though. The only reason to actually go into the castle is to become a member or to be invited by one, right? So let's just say you guys wanted to go. I'm a member, I can give you an invitation. You can go to the Magic Castle. You can enjoy all of the guest areas of the castle. You will not be able to go into the members only areas, but you will get access to the guest areas of the castle. You can drink, you can watch magic shows, all of that stuff, right? So it's a really, really cool time. So, and then there was a third way to get into the castle, which I'm not going to talk about in this video because I don't want to overwhelm the Magic Castle. I don't want you guys to think that this is a hack, because it's not really meant to be a hack, although it could be considered one. So I'm going to parking lot that third one. But the two main ways that we're going to talk about getting into the Magic Castle are to be a member or to be invited, right? And as a member, there's actually 3 different ways that you can audition as a member, right? You can become an associate member. So an associate member is not a magician. All that means is that you want to join the club, you want to be able to go whenever you want. There is a wait list, I believe, and you're going to be paying a lot more money to get in than if you were to audition as a magician, right? So as an associate member, you get access to all of the members only stuff that the castle has to offer, except the magician member access stuff. You do not get access to lectures. You do not get access to the library. You do not get access to the inner circle. You don't get access to the magician privilege stuff. You don't get to perform at the impromptu tables. You don't get to really do anything that the magician members get to do. Think of it more like a country club where you get to go, you get to invite guests, you get to hang out, you get to watch magic, you get to drink, all of that stuff. But you don't get the same perks that a magician member would get, right? So that's the first way, becoming an associate member. The second way is to become a junior member. Now, the junior membership will allow you to become a magician member. You'll get access to the library, you'll get access to the inner circle, but you won't get the full access benefits that the regular members get, because to be a junior, you have to be under 21 to be a junior, right? So to become a junior, the audition process is a little bit easier, but you're a junior, right? The idea is that they're going to sort of prepare you so that when you graduate and you become a full-blown member, you're able to go into the castle, you're able to go out into those showrooms and perform, you're able to become the next award-winning magician at the Magic Castle. That really is the goal. They want to put really good paid performing acts in the Magic Castle, and the junior program is a really good way to do that. Now, the really cool thing too about the junior program is they do give you an opportunity to perform at the Magic Castle, but during the weekend brunches only. The weekend brunches are in the early morning on Saturday and Sunday, and they're for all ages to come in. There is no age restriction, right? You can be 5, 6 years old and you can go to the Magic Castle so long as you go during the brunch. And the brunch performers are going to be junior members of the Academy of Magical Arts. You're junior magicians, and you do need to audition to be able to perform at the Magic Castle as well, right? So there are kind of 2 different audition processes for the juniors. There's becoming a junior, and then once you've become a junior, there's the audition process of performing in one of the showrooms. So let's talk first about how to become a junior member, right? What you need to do is you need to put together an act, and that act needs to be no more than 5 minutes. That's right, you heard me correctly. No more than 5 minutes. If your act is 5 minutes and 1 second long, you'll immediately be disqualified and you will not be eligible to become a member, right? So it's very, very important that the act that you put together is no longer than 5 minutes long. However, having said that, you don't want to go in there with a 30-second act either. You do want it to have some meat to it, and you want to show them that you have some chops, that you have some skills, right? You got the skills to pay the bills. You're able to go in there and show them something really special. They also want to see a little bit of your personality coming out too. They don't want to see a clone of David Copperfield or Penn Teller or David Blaine or Chris Angel coming in there and just performing exactly the way that these guys do. They want to get to know you as a performer, and they want to see what makes you special, right? So what I recommend is 3 things. Number 1, you go in there with magic that you can perform, and you can perform like the back of your hand, right? You know it in and out. You don't ever mess it up. You feel very comfortable with it. You want to perform magic that showcases your skill. So you don't want to do a whole bunch of self-working tricks. You don't want to do a bunch of 21 card tricks, or you don't want to bring out a bunch of gimmicks where the apparatus does all of the work for you. It's okay to use gimmicks, and it's okay to use gaffes and stuff like this, but they do want to see that you are competent, that you are practicing, that you are performing more advanced magic. This is not a club for someone that is just starting as a magician. This is not a club for someone that, yeah, you know, I bought a couple of tricks at the magic shop and I learned how to do them and I showed my friends and they're all fooled by it. So yeah, I'm going to become a member at the Magic Castle. This is for people that are taking this very seriously. So your act needs to be taken very seriously. Don't perform a bunch of self-working stuff. You do want to perform some more difficult sleight of hand magic, right? And then that third thing, like I said, you want to showcase your personality. You want to come up with your own unique spin on a lot of the things that you're performing. You don't have to like come up with the whole method and all of that stuff. I'm not saying you need to come up with your own original trick with your own original method or anything like that. But if you are going to perform a piece of magic that you learned from a book or a video or a lecture or something like that, you should add a little bit of your own flavor to it. Come up with some of your own scripting, something that means something to you. Don't go in there with a gambling demonstration talking about how you're hustling people on the streets in Las Vegas, right? Or you got kicked out of a casino because you were counting cards, and it's like, bro, you're like 14. You didn't get kicked out of a casino for counting cards, right? Make sure that the stuff that you're performing speaks to who you are, because the more that they can see how passionate you are about the thing that you're performing, the more passionate your audience is going to be, and they absolutely eat that stuff up, right? So here's the really cool benefits now about being a junior member. If you become a junior member, your membership fees are a lot less. I'm not going to put numbers here because again, these will probably change anyway throughout the years, right? The membership fees for the junior members is a whole heck of a lot less than the fees for like the adult members are. There's also no audition fee from what I can remember. You don't have to pay any like initiation fee up front. You just pay your dues for the year, and then you get access to the junior meetings. Now you do have to attend at least half of the junior meetings, and they are every month. I think they're the 3rd Saturday of every month, but again, don't quote me on that, right? The junior meetings are every single month. You have to go to at least half of them. If you don't go to at least half of them, they will drop your membership, right? So that's kind of the little quid pro quo there. They want you to go to the meetings, but in return, you don't have to pay as much to be a member. And you're not going to get full access to the castle anyway, because the evening time is only available for people ages 21 and over. So if being a junior means you're under 21, you're not going to be able to go during the normal evening operation at the castle. You're only going to be able to go during the brunches or the special events that the Magic Castle hosts as a junior member. But other than that, you get all the perks. You get to go to the library, you get access to the lectures, you get to go to the special events, like I said, all of that stuff. You're just not able to get into the castle during the evening time. The only time that you can go during the evening is young adult nights, and I want to say young adult nights still have an age limit to them. I don't think it's available for everybody. I want to say it's like 16 or 18 and over only or something like that. And Future Stars Week, which is a very special week that happens one time a year, where the junior members take over the evening time for that whole week, and they're the ones performing during the show, not, you know, your regular acts that would be booked there. But other than that, yeah, you get full access to the castle and all of that stuff. So becoming a junior member is very beneficial, and then your membership rolls over when you become an adult member. When you graduate, you turn 21, you start paying your adult fees now, your adult membership dues, and now you're just a full-blown member and you get full access to everything. So, now the moment you've all been waiting for, how to audition as an adult. I'm not going to tell you unless you subscribed. Did you subscribe? All right, I'll tell you. Just because I know that you clicked that subscribe button. How to audition as an adult is a little bit different than the audition process for a junior. Remember, I told you the juniors, you have 5 minutes. Do not go over, because if you do, you'll be disqualified. For the adult membership, it's a little bit different. They actually want to see a full-on act, right? They want to see you going out there and actually performing a full-blown act as if you were sitting right there in the close-up gallery performing for a regular audience, right? So the audition needs to be about 15 minutes, and it needs to be a routine. They don't want to see you do a trick and then put it away, and then get another trick and then put it away, and then get another trick and then put it away. They want to see an actual routine, like a full performance from start to end. The effects should flow well together from one into the next. They really want to see that you are ready to start performing, right? Now, you don't necessarily have to perform as an adult member. It's not like there's a requirement that, oh, if you become a member, you have to go perform, you know, once a year or anything like that. There's nothing like that. It's not like the juniors where you have to attend meetings and all that. You can go once a year. You can never go and just be a member. You can go 100 times a year. It's completely up to you. There's no real requirement for maintaining your membership other than paying your dues. And there is an initiation fee, and the initiation fee is the thing that scares a lot of people away, because it is not cheap. The initiation fee is high. Not as high as the associate members, but it's still pretty high. So make sure you're saving some money before you guys go and audition. If you audition and you don't make it, there's no penalty. They just ask you to try again in like 6 months or whatever. They hope that you take that 6 months to kind of rethink what it is that you're doing and to put your acts together and all that. And if you guys ever need help doing any of that stuff, I recommend checking out the mob boss or the mob underboss tier, because you'll get direct one-on-one access with me, and I can help you put together an act that will pass the Magic Castle audition. Just saying. But no, seriously though, I have helped people become members of the Magic Castle, passing their auditions and stuff. So if you guys do ever have questions, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below, and if it's something I can answer with just a sentence or two, I'm happy to. Or if you guys want to set up a session or do a phone consult for that, we can go ahead and do that as well. But yeah, so very similarly to the junior act, right? You want to hit 3 things, right? You want to make sure that your act is something that is Magic Castle ready, right? You want to make sure that your act is not simple self-working tricks, right? You don't want to go in there with a bunch of easy to do things. They want to see that you have chops, and you want your own unique presentation when you're performing for them. They want to see you perform. They don't want to see whoever you're trying to copy, right? And going in there with magic that you just bought at the magic shop is not going to get you into the Magic Castle. I have seen people where they bought a Svengali deck and a UFO card and a set of spirit lights from the Disneyland Magic Shop, and they took it into a Magic Castle audition thinking that they were going to get in, and it's not going to happen. You need to really put together a proper act, right? Now, I'm not saying you can't use those things and get in, but if you just buy them and do the tricks the way that they're taught in the tutorial, and you don't, you know, add your own to it and make it into a whole performance, you're just not going to get in, right? So it's very, very important that you guys have a proper act. And then they're going to ask you a bunch of questions. They're going to ask you questions about who you are. They're going to ask you questions about, you know, what books do you own? Who have you learned from? Who are some of your inspirations in magic? Do you only perform with cards, or do you do other things? Do you do coin magic? Do you perform with props? Do you feel more comfortable in a close-up situation, or do you feel more comfortable on stage? And you can audition in different ways too. You can request to do a stage audition. So let's just say you're an illusionist. You're obviously not going to take out your whole sawing a lady in half trunk and dropping it in the middle of the close-up gallery for your audition, right? You would let them know, I'm an illusionist, I prefer to audition on stage, and then you can audition in that room instead, right? So if you have any questions specifically for them when you're getting ready to put your audition together, make sure that you ask them. And when I say them, I mean the Academy of Magical Arts. because they're going to be able to answer all of these specific questions for you, right? So if you pass your audition, you pay your initiation fee, you pay your dues for the year, and bada bing, bada boom, you got full access to the entire castle. You got access to all of it. Everything that your little heart desires, right? You get the library, you get the lectures, you get the evenings, you can go to the brunches, you can go to all of it, right? So becoming a magician member is probably the highest tier that you can achieve as far as the different audition processes go. Not a single one of those auditions means you can perform in any of the showrooms though, which leads us to our last part, and this is the performer audition. The performer's audition is separate from any of the other auditions, right? In fact, you can audition as a performer and not even be a member of the Academy of Magical Arts. There are a lot of magicians from around the world that show up at the Magic Castle, they do their whole week, they perform, they fly back to their country, and they are not a member of the Academy of Magical Arts. It's not a requirement to be a member to be able to perform during the dinner shows, right? The evening time shows. You do have to audition for it though, and that's a whole separate audition where you audition for the booking director. He decides whether or not he thinks that you're good enough to be able to do it. And the audition process for that is a little bit more rigorous than just becoming a member. You really have to be crisp, you have to be clean, no mistakes. You cannot just go in there with a bunch of different tricks. You do have to have a solid act. I'll put it to you this way, the magicians that are performing at the Magic Castle are some of the best magicians from around the world. So if you're going to perform there in one of their showrooms, you really, really need to have your shit together. And again, I can help you do that if you guys really want, right? So anyway, I hope that you guys found this video helpful. I know that I was a little bit vague on some of the details, and I apologize for that. I don't want to give you guys misinformation, especially since things like pricing and the specifics of the audition processes, they change so often. So I hope that you guys do your homework before you audition. Make sure that you contact them, get your audition form all filled out and all of that stuff. And if you have any questions before you go into your audition, make sure that you ask them, right? And then the last thing that I forgot to mention is I want to say it's true for any membership tier, but definitely true for the magician membership tier. You do have to have a magician member or two sign off on you, basically saying, yeah, I would let this guy in my house. He's a good guy. He's not going to come in. He's not going to be belligerent. He's not going to be drunk. He's not going to bring the riffraff in, right? Sort of like a referral, I guess you could say. You are going to need to get that from someone. So if you don't know any members, the Academy of Magical Arts, but you're trying to become a member, you should start making friends with some of those people. And I don't mean make friends like try to trick someone into filling out your paper for them. I mean genuinely, right? And there are plenty of different avenues for that as well. You can go to local meetings, you can go to the club as a guest, and you can interact with the members that are there and whatnot. So again, I hope that you guys found this video helpful. This is the third time I'm going to say it. Please subscribe if you have not already done so. Go to my website, check out my online magic shop at o'brienmagic.com, and go ahead and click on that membership tab for more information on how to join and become a member of the mob. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.